Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. This is Rajiv S. Khanna from immigration.com, the law offices of Rajiv S. Khanna, PC. This is our twice a month phone call every other Thursday on our conference bridge. I'm going to wait another minute or two and then I'm going to lock the conference. I want to make sure people who are already here, their questions are answered. Okay. So once I lock the conference, I make sure that everybody's here who's here, their questions are answered. Okay. First, I'll begin by answering the questions that have been posted. And once all that is done, then I'll move on to the questions from people who are attending. So I'm going to start the call locking now. Just a second.
The conference is now locked.
Yeah, I have enough people because any more than that I will not be able to handle. To tell you again what the process is going to be, everybody who's here, their questions will be answered. But I'll begin by answering the questions that have been posted on the forums. Within those questions, I'll first answer those questions which I think are frequently asked questions. Each time I answer a question, I will request anybody who has a question related to what I'm talking about. Don't bring in new questions yet, but related questions so we can clump together all the question answers in one spot. Once I'm done with the frequently asked questions, then I'll answer the other questions that have been posted. Once those are done, then we'll start with the questions from people who are already here. First frequently asked question is, this is question number 2 posted on the forums. Impact of errors in tax returns and IRS payment plans. So generally speaking, if there is any issue with your tax returns and you are in the process of correcting them, or you have a payment plan with the IRS, you should be okay. And this is true for pretty much every stage of green card and citizenship, generally speaking. So the question posted was, I'm not yet at the 485 stage. Let's say something wrong was put in my tax returns and IRS contacts me. I'm on a payment plan. Would it affect my 485? Now, I haven't researched this issue specifically, but I remember dealing with these issues and they were fine. They all worked out. As long as you are in the process of correcting the situation, you should be fine. Please press star 5 if you have a follow-up question on this. Press star 5. Okay. Let's go to the next frequently asked question that has been posted on our forums. Day 1 CPT and F1 visa stamping. So in general, without going into the question first, let me tell you that's a bad idea. If you are on day 1 CPT and you go for visa stamping, I don't know if you're coming back. A lot of people that I know have been denied CPT based visa stamping. I don't know if that's going to happen to you. There's no way to predict it, but the danger is higher than most F1 applications. Danger of denial. Okay. So the question asked is, my stamp OPT expires in October 25, H-1B not yet picked up. I've been recommended day 1 CPT. Main concern is stamping or restamping. What can I do on my end to ensure successful stamping? You know what? Ultimately, it's the judgment of the visa officer. There's very little you can do. One thing I've recommended to everybody who goes for CPT, they should select a course that furthers their career. Don't go for absolutely unrelated courses. That's the only recommendation I have. Star 5. If anyone has a follow-up question on this, please press star 5. Okay. There's a question now from area code 980. 980, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Charlotte.
Charlotte, North Carolina, huh?
Yes.
How can I help you?
So my H-1B got picked this time, and I would be going for stamping in October. And
Okay, no, wait, ma'am. This has nothing to do with CPT. Wait for your turn, okay? I'll get to you.
No, sir.
Oh, sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead, raise your hand again. Sorry, you had a question about CPT. Raise your hand again. Press star 5. Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking about H-1B visa stamping. Yeah, go ahead, ma'am.
Yes. So I am actually registered in Day 1 CPT. I wanted to know, should I be continuing my course since my
Acha, acha.
H-1B
That's
got
a good
picked
question.
after October?
Yeah, that's a good question. So what I tell people is this. Whenever you do a change of status from CPT to H-1B, I have done maybe hundreds of these cases. I've never had any problem, except that there's an RFE. They want to make sure that you are attending classes. Okay.
Okay.
If you get over that hump, now you have an H-1B. Once you have an H-1B, it is allowed for you to also finish your courses if you want. The big advantage is on F1 you have to maintain a full course load. On H-1B you don't. So you could be taking 2 or 3 classes every semester if you want to continue the course. But you don't have to.
Okay.
If you want to quit, you can.
Okay. So should I be waiting until getting a stamp, or after
No,
October I can quit my?
just the H-1B approval. I want you to at least
Okay.
get the H-1B approval. You can request the employer to file your H-1B premium processing.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Good luck. Next frequently asked question, if there is one. Okay, let's see. Number 10. Question number 10. Laid off H-1B filing B2 extension for job search explained. Okay. Could you please briefly explain the process and the basis for filing for B2 extension? Is it the same 539 form and process? So the idea is, I've got my B2, and now I want to do another I want to do an extension. Can I do it? The process is exactly the same. Whether it is so first you get the B2, then you get an extension or even a second extension. The process is going to be the same, but the letter that you give and the evidence you give will be different. When you do first or second extension, you should be able to explain to the government in the letter, what have you been trying to find a job? I'll give a list of the companies I've interviewed with, number of resumes I've sent, even names of the companies to whom I've sent resumes. So if you document it well and document to the satisfaction of the government that you have enough money that you don't have to work illegally, you should be okay getting a second extension. And the process is the same. Question asked was, do we need an attorney for this? That's always a difficult question to answer. Most of these cases, I don't think you need a lawyer. But if you want peace of mind and you feel like I have more money than I have time, get a lawyer. Remember, as long as you file your papers carefully and honestly and truthfully, if you get an RFE, you can get a lawyer at that point. That's perfectly okay as well. Star 5. If you have a follow-up question, press star 5. Okay, let's see. Do we have another frequently asked question? We do not. Now I'm going to go to the non-frequently asked questions that have been posted. So let's go to question number 3. Expired visa, valid 797, I-94, Canada trip before concurrent 485. I think I just talked to this gentleman. So I-140 was approved. Oh, that was under EB-1B. So this one was approved, I-140 under EB-1A. And I have my approved EB-2 for the year 2017. I am in the process of filing 485. Now with the expired US visa, valid 797 and I-94, shall I travel to Canada and come back to US within 10 days? It's actually 30 days. Within 10 days before filing for my adjustment, since my I-140 is current. No, it does not impact anything. You should be fine. I don't think there's any problem with that. You should be okay. Star 5. If you have a follow-up question on this, press star 5, please. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Approved but inactive H-1B after change of status and impact on subsequent filings. Got laid off a few months back, filed for a change of status to F2 within the 60-day grace period. F2 has been approved. Currently, I have received multiple job offers. Congratulations. And they are planning to file H-1B change of status. Question number 1. What happens if multiple employers file change of status? Perfectly okay. Different days, no problem. I don't see any issue. If employer A's petition is approved, but if I haven't started working for them yet, will USCIS reflect this as an approved but inactive H-1B? They don't have any such criterion. This is inactive, this is active. Just an approval or denial. Will this affect how USCIS processes my employer B's petition? They shouldn't. There's a slight technical issue here. Let's say A, B, C, D, E, these are employers applying for me. And when I file for A, I'm saying convert me from F1 to H1. Okay. When I'm filing for B, I'm saying convert me from F1 to H1. And C and D, same thing. But what when A is approved, I'm already on H1. Then B is asking for F1 to H1. How does that make sense? I have never had a problem with this issue. But this is a technical issue that's there. Okay. However, like I said, I don't think it should be a problem. Star 5. If you have a follow-up question, I'll go on with the rest of the answers. Will this impact? Okay, if employer A's petition is approved and I haven't joined them yet, will I already be considered H-1B status? Yes, I think so. Is there a deadline to start working for a company after H-1B is approved? Not really. As long as you're maintaining status and you request the company to hold off your H-1B because you're in the middle of finishing something, they can accommodate you. That's fine. I have a question from someone, area code 469. 469, where are you calling from? Go ahead, please.
Hello, Rajiv ji. I'm calling from Colorado.
Ji.
Yes, sir. So I have two quick questions. First is, I'm converting from H-1B to F-2, and it is already filed. So my first question is, my spouse just started with the F-1 visa, and the service is currently about to get activated. Like that is what has been told. So since mine is still in process, I wanted to know that I saw that there is premium processing for F2 also. So should I wait till...
Is there premium processing? Hold on. I don't know if there's premium processing for F2. There is for F1, but not... I don't know.
I checked on the USCIS site. It shows that there is premium processing for F2 also.
Okay, well, then that works. All right. So what is the question again? Go back to that.
So for the F1, school started just this month. So the ISS told that they are in the process of activating service. So it should be activated by the end of this month. So should I wait till the end of this month and then apply for premium processing of F2 or
is your spouse 30 days within the 30-day period before school starts?
School started April 1st.
School has already started.
Yes, classes have started.
So I don't see any problem in applying for it now. I mean, if you want to do a change of status from F2 to H-1B, I think you could do it.
So this is from H-1B to F2.
You want to go from H-1B to F2, okay. Even if you go from
Yes,
H-1...
the petition is already filed.
Your petition H-1B to F2 is already filed, huh?
Yes, I just want to know, should I go for premium processing now or should I wait for some more time?
I don't know of any reason why you can't go for premium processing now. Now, if the government finds that the service has not been activated, they'll send you an RFE, right? That's what can happen. But if you feel more comfortable waiting for service, I am okay with that as well, because you're not in a hurry, right?
Right.
So why not? Just wait until service is activated, keep it all clean.
Okay.
All right.
That works. Thank you so much.
Best of luck.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go on to the next question, which is question number 5. We did that already. That's a frequently asked question. Question number 6, US citizenship eligibility. Date on green card versus 485 approval. So, the date on green card should be the date of the 485 approval. Okay. What date should I use as the start date of the green card to determine eligibility? Enter the date on the physical green card. They should be the same dates. I-485 approval is May 21. Physical green card received in May 21. Date on green card says resident since June 2020. That doesn't sound right. Okay, that might be a mistake in your green card. So maybe you need to contact the USCIS customer service. They may ask you to correct your green card, or you could take May 2021 as the date because that's the approval notice, and just file for naturalization, and the idea of the error in the green card could be corrected or could become subsumed or become a sub-process within the naturalization. So two choices. Contact the customer service, find out what is going on. Obviously, they're making a mistake. They ask you to correct the green card. First, I don't think that should be required, but if they ask you to do it, otherwise file for naturalization in due course. That's the second choice. And if the issue of the green card approval date comes up, you have filed calculating May 2021, which is the right thing to do anyway. They should not create a big stink for you. I think you'll be fine. *5, if you have a follow-up question, press *5. Okay, next question, number 7. L2S extension pending 7+ months after L1A approval, options and travel concerns. So spouse is on L1, I'm on L2S, previous I-94 was ending January 5th. Extension was applied timely. His L1 is approved. Mine is still pending. Requested for expedited since my I-94 is expiring. I'll lose my job. The expedited processing denied. Raised a ticket. Thank you for your inquiry. We have received your request. We are working diligently to process your case. That's very reassuring. For your reference, USCIS processing times are available here. Due to the high volume of work, it may take longer. May 17th spoke to an agent. They'll get back in 60 days. Still no update. Okay. I've been pending for 7 months as opposed to 3.5 to 4 months, which is normal. What should I do? My passport visa expired in September 24. So why don't you do an extended, why don't you extend your passport? Okay. Do expedited processing. I know that if you're from India, the consulate has a process for it. And then just travel out and get an L2 visa stamp and come back. And if the application is abandoned, what do you care? When you come back on L2, that application has no meaning anymore, the pending application. I hope this helps. *5, if you have a follow-up question, press *5. Okay. Question number 8. I-485, EB1C, priority 2021, CRP, I don't know what CRP is. CRP since December 23. CRP, don't know what that means. Despite current dates, how to expedite? Okay. I'm waiting for EB1C approval. Priority date was 21, which is CRP. Case remains pending. You guys make up all these abbreviations. Case remains pending. Okay, got it. Since December, the status went CRP when EB1 date said retrogressed. I tried creating service request, senator inquiry outside normal processing time, but no action. There's no other way, sir. All you can do is open a service ticket, and you already contacted the congressman. Advanced parole is taking a long time. We know that. I have a valid 5 years EAD. Yeah, so you can only try, but there is, other than short of a litigation against the government, there is no way to push them into a decision. *5, if you have a follow-up question, press *5. My I-693 expired, which is the medical. So isn't it that any medical that was filed after, is it November 23, that never expires? Yeah. So you can double check. On the USCIS website, they have this information. Their current policy is if your medical was filed as a part of an application after November 23, your medical never expires. Okay. *5, if you have a follow-up question, please press *5. Oh, we are zipping through. Okay, so this one is done. That was a frequently asked question. question number 12. Cap-Exempt H-1B, updating I-94 with new passport and 60-day grace period. I'm on Cap-Exempt H-1B, approved in 23, passport expired in 24, got a new passport. However, when I enter my new passport number on the I-94, it shows as invalid. Of course it is invalid. Because the I-94 that you got with the H-1B and the I-94 you got at the airport are different. The online record only contains the I-94s that you got at the airport. So I don't think it should be a problem. However, when I enter my new passport number on the I-94, it shows as invalid because your passport is new and the I-94 came as a part of your H-1B approval. Yeah, it came in Feb 23, right? That is when it was approved. And yeah, I think that looks okay to me. If there is a problem, you should walk into the Customs and Border Protection Office closest to you, and ask them about your doubts just to remove any area of any gray areas that you're concerned about. It looks okay to me. If someone gets laid off, finds a job, then gets laid off again, how can they check how many grace period days are remaining? So 60 days or time remaining on your I-94, whichever is shorter. With every approval, you can do this unlimited number of times. That 60-day grace period comes to you. Star 5, if you have a follow-up question, please press star 5. Okay. So the last question is, I filed for my STEM OPT, received an RFE, responded with documentation, received denial, service terminated. My DSO doesn't know what's going on. I've hired an attorney to file 290B. Okay. Should I go for day 1 CPT? Well, see, the problem is, it may be difficult. It's worth trying because the stand government is taking in these service revoked cases is that, service is just an accounting system. It doesn't determine your status. So what are the options? Stay on top of the litigations that are going on. Okay. See where we are headed. I have a conference call scheduled for Monday with one of the litigators who's suggesting to one of the parties in the litigation to file I-539. So I'll see what they suggest. I see no problem in applying, and I've been keeping tabs on the litigation. Government's position that service doesn't take away any rights is weird, but if that is the case, then you can apply for a new CPT type course, right? Because that's just an accounting system according to them. So discuss it with the CPT school. If they can start a new service with a new service fees, whatever, that's fine. Press star 5 if you have a follow-up question. Okay, let's begin with there is a follow-up question, area code 605. 605, go ahead with your question, please.
Hey, Rajiv. I have a similar question. I'm from Tennessee. Number is from South Dakota. So similar question on the same OPT and then H-1B. So I have approval of H-1B, Cap-Exempt, starting from May 1st. And then I'm still in our same OPT. So my question is, what will be like options for if just in case OPTs or service got revoked or terminated, and then I have maybe hardly 14 days to kick my H-1B, and already I have COS approval on me. So what are the options?
You said you already have a COS approval?
Yes, I already have the COS approval from May 1st. So it is a Cap-Exempt from the employers. So, yeah.
So, look, the way I look at it, that 14 days should be okay. The government has already given you an H-1B.
Okay. Okay.
That's the way I see it, and I don't see any problem with it.
So I don't have to worry on type of like
Just
out
sit,
of status. Or,
just sit tight. I mean, if the government has given you that much time, with the gap of 10-15 days, they've still given it to you. I don't see any problem. I mean, of course, they didn't know the gap was going to come when they approved the H-1B. But the way I see it, they've approved the H-1B. Why can't I stay in the US? I already have status.
I mean, like the status will be starting from May.
Yeah,
1st,
I understand.
and then my
I
question
understand.
is- yeah,
But I would still say that you're fine.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Best of luck, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Guys, anybody has any question, press star 5. Anyone has any question, please press star 5. So I've got so far 4 questions. All right. That should be easy. 5, 6. All right. 7. Okay. So I'm just going to call on you in the order I see you rather than the order you logged in. So I think I did the 605 already, but let's just, I think I did the 605 already. Okay. 7 questions. Let's start with area code 775. 775. Where are you calling from?
Hello, Rajiv ji. Thank you for taking this call. I'm calling from Virginia.
Arey, mera neighborhood. Haan ji. How can I help you?
Yes. So I have a question regarding USCIS Alien Registration Form 325R. And this is regarding my daughter. So I'll give you some quick facts as to where she is now. So she's a 20-year-old currently in H-4 dependent visa. And naturally, we moved her to F-1 recently, which got approved with the start date of July 13, 2025, this year. Now, she last entered US on 2017 when she was 12-year-old on H-4 visa. And then later on 2019, when the H-4 was getting renewed, and she was 15-year-old at that time, she got fingerprinted inside US.
Okay.
At that time, they were doing fingerprinting for H-4.
Okay, let me stop you for just one moment. I'm not sure she has to register. But my bottom line recommendation to everyone is, if in doubt, just register.
Okay.
Because if you don't need to register, they will give it to you in writing. You don't need to register.
Okay.
So it's as simple as that. I mean, I could sit there and try to figure out the details. Bottom line is, I'm not sure. Of course, the regulations are kind of weird about this. There are a couple of gray spots in the regulation, especially with this sort of situation. I don't think it's entirely covered by the regs. Until the government gives some clarifications, I would just apply for the registration. Okay?
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Bye. Let's go to Georgia, area code 706. 706, go ahead, please.
Hello, Rajiv ji. I have a similar question that the person before me asked. So my parents are coming to the US in the summer. Can you hear me?
Gigi, I can hear you.
Okay. So my parents are coming to the US for the first time this summer, and they just got their visa also, like B2 visa in February, March this time.
Yeah.
So,
anybody who comes in with a visa or has an I-94 does not need to register.
Okay, so I knew that I am on H-1B and I was on F-1 before. I always got an I-94. I did not know if B2 people are also given
You
an
do not
I-94.
need to register either. You're all set.
Okay.
All
So
right.
B2 visa people are also given I-94 when they enter in the US.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Okay.
So that's clear. And the quick second question is, so I got my H-1 last year, and I got it like the stamping done before even it came in, like it was kicked in October 1st. So my visa says it expires on 3rd of August 2027. even though my understanding was that it is valid until 30th of September 2027. I don't understand that 3-month gap. Why they are
See,
saying it expires
visa
before that?
visa is irrelevant when you are inside the US. Inside the US, I only look at your I-94, nothing else.
Okay, so that validity on the visa doesn't matter. So
I don't care about that. Your visa could have expired 10 years ago. As long as you have an I-94 that is active and valid, that's all I care about.
Okay, awesome. These were the 2 quick questions I had. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Good luck. Okay, let's go to area code 609. I think that's New Jersey, right? 609?
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Hi,
sir.
Rajiv ji.
Hello, sir.
I have a question that I will be going for my H-1B stamping.
Okay.
So I have one parking ticket and one fare invasion ticket. Do I need to mention about these tickets to my TS-160 form?
Okay, so you said one parking ticket?
Yes, and one fare invasion ticket.
Fare invasion, you mean fare evasion?
Yes.
You went through a gate where you were supposed to pay and you did not pay.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know the answer to that question. I'll tell you why. Because if it's just a traffic violation, I don't even know what the exact question on the DS-160 is. So depending upon what the exact question on the DS-160 is, it could or could maybe not be a problem, depending upon the question and depending upon what those violations mean. I'll tell you what normally is. Normally, parking violations are not considered to be anything but a traffic violation. Fare evasion can be more serious. It can be a misdemeanor. I do not know. So what should you do? What you should do is you should contact a lawyer in the location where the problems occurred, and you want to contact a lawyer with at least 10 years of deportation/removal experience. Not that you are going to be deported, but they deal with these issues all the time. Just tell them what happened, take their advice, show them the DS-160 and take it from there. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Best of luck. Area code 978, where are you calling from?
978?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Right, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Okay, sir. How can I help you?
Just 2 questions. One, the first question as a follow-up, I was just thinking, someone was asking about the impact of errors in tax returns and IRS.
Right.
So, would USCIS and IRS they share data, or what documents?
They have recently started sharing data. I know that they formed an agreement about 2 weeks back or a week back. Now that's data on certain things. Are they sharing all data? I don't know the answer to that question. But you have to be careful anyway, whether they are sharing data or not.
Right. So whenever someone goes for a green card or so on, what do they ask? Just a transcript or the entire text, all the forms?
Entire.
Sent to IRS?
Entire tax return.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So basically, someone needs to keep saving. And is it only certain year? 3 years prior?
Yeah, normally for 485s, now I don't remember. So for citizens applying for example, family, it's always 3 years. If I remember correctly, even in our employment-based cases, we give them the last 3 years tax returns. Now, don't quote me on that because I don't remember all the details. It's our team who knows a lot better about the logistics than I do. But yeah, tax returns should be straightened out. Okay.
Okay.
Best of luck.
And second question is when I was asking you earlier, when I-140 is approved, but then the H-1B is because of layoff, the H-1 is getting cancelled, then switching to B-1, B-2, I think is a better option rather than trying to find a job using a Canadian citizen TN, because I-140 and TN may not go together.
Even in TN, there is a ruling from I think it's from the BIA or AAO that says normally just because, or maybe it's just a policy statement, just because I-140 is approved, TN should not be denied. You should look at the whole case. But why take a chance?
Right, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Best of luck.
Have a good day.
Let's go to area code 682. 682, where are you calling from?
Hi, Rajiv. I'm calling from Texas.
All right, sir.
So currently, I'm working with one of the company, and that is non-profit. So I kind of got in the lottery via consultant, and my H1 got picked up. And my consultant are saying they will only go ahead and file if they have a legitimate project, which I agree with.
Okay.
So now the caveat here is like I'm interviewing for one of the legitimate company again, but they are not willing to file my H1 directly. So can I ask them to offer me that project via my consultant who already have my H1B picked?
Yeah, there is nothing wrong with that. There's only one thing wrong with this picture. Your consulting company should not apply for a lottery unless they have a project. Even that is illegal.
Okay.
Okay. But to answer the second part of your question, can they contract you out to this company that you're working for? I don't see anything wrong with that.
Gotcha.
All
Gotcha. I mean, talking about, like, since I'm on STEM OPT, so I need to fill I-983 form on every, 6 months, 12 months, and 18 and 24 months evaluation. So if I'm working for that consultant for my another new project with a legitimate company, so should I ask a consultant to fill up my I-983 evaluation, or the company who is offering?
See, that's the difficult part. The problem is, I always found it a big issue that a consulting company or a staffing company fills out 983 when they are going to send you to a client site. Okay? Because then they have no control over you. People have argued, we talk to each other every day and we share screen and we keep tabs on his work. I don't know how much that works. In my opinion, it is probably not legally allowed for a 983 employee to be working in a place which is not directly controlled by the 983 employer. So the situation could be different if, let's say, I'm a staffing company and I have a contract with Microsoft. You're working at Microsoft, but you are working for my manager. My company has its own team in Microsoft premises, and you're a part of that team. That would be okay because the manager could be supervising me or supervising you. But in my view, when you are placed at a client site, 983 is not appropriate for the staffing company. It's certainly more appropriate for the client company. Okay.
Gotcha.
Anything else?
Gotcha. Okay. So, I mean, what would be your suggestion to me in this case scenario? Like, what should I be going to do?
Well, exactly what I told you. If the client wants to sign, that's the best thing possible.
Okay, so when you say client, the person who is offering the new project or a legitimate company.
Whichever company whose site you'll be working on, that's the company should be signing the 983.
Okay.
All right.
And but my payroll company could be different. Like the payroll could be from my consulting company.
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. Because 983 doesn't work like that. You can't split the paying company and the I haven't done the legal research to see if there's a way to make this work. But my first instinct is to say no. It doesn't work like that.
Got it. So, right. I mean, if that company is signing my I-983 and if I'm getting the payroll also from that company.
That's the best thing.
Since my staffing company got H1 picked up, so how should I kind of get that worked out?
Well, that's up to the companies to work it out. I mean, all I can tell you what the law is. The law is that the company that's supervising you is the company that should be filing the 983. And the company that's supervising you is the company whose premises you work from. Okay?
Gotcha.
Good luck.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, let's go on to the next question. 618. 618, where are you calling from?
Hi, I'm Rajiv. I'm calling from Illinois.
Illinois. All right. How can I help you, sir?
Yeah, I wanted to ask about if you have any updates on that birthright citizenship. A friend of mine.
Did you say birthright citizenship? Is that what you said?
Yes.
It's still not, Trump has not been able to win the case yet, so it's still going on. So anybody who's born in United States is still a US citizen. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Best of luck. Area code 980. Where are you calling from, 980?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Charlotte, North Carolina. How can I help you, Charlotte?
I wanted to ask if I go for premium processing for H-1B, what is the earliest I can travel? And would it be faster and easier if I go for consulate processing rather than change of status?
I don't like consular processing. So I would definitely want you to go for change of status. But remember, the change of status is triggered only on October 1st. Okay?
Okay.
If you file the H-1B, get it approved before October 1st, travel and return on October 1st, it should cause you no harm and you can use your student visa to enter. Because until October 1st, go ahead.
My student visa is expired, so I will have to get stamped.
Then you don't have a choice. If you want to travel, only two choices: travel and get a student visa if before October 1st. Bad idea in my opinion. Or travel and get H-1B stamped in India. Better than F-1.
Okay. And stamping can be done anytime after October 1st, the earliest.
Anytime at all. There's no deadline on that.
Okay. And I'm guessing I wouldn't be eligible for Dropbox because I will be changing my status.
You are the first time H-1B. You won't be eligible for Dropbox.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, that's all questions I had.
Best of luck, ma'am. Okay, last question of the day. Area code 917. 917, where are you calling from?
From New York.
New York. Go ahead, New York. How can I help you?
I kind of wanted to know for I-539, my status is also terminated.
All right.
Can we do it by ourselves, or if it depends on the attorney, we have to wait for
Have you filed a litigation against the government?
The people I reached out to, I kind of maybe I was 1 or 2 days late. Some people said we already filed one, so give your information and we'll wait and we'll follow up with you next week, something like that.
Why don't you do me a favor? I'm going to talk with one of the litigators. I think I said earlier in the meeting on Monday. Okay. So are you connected with me on LinkedIn?
Yeah. I kind of sent you some messages. I felt I'm bothering you.
No. Just do me one favor. Monday afternoon, I am meeting with them at 12:15 on Monday. So Monday afternoon, 1-2 o'clock, just drop me a message explaining that we talked on the conference call about me applying for I-539. You're doing reinstatement, ma'am? What are you?
I don't know if I'm allowed or not. I'm kind of I don't know. I'm confused right now. Like everyone else, I just got the email that says terminated. And is it something we can do it by ourselves, or
so
to give us a permission?
So let me figure out what the litigators are saying. What is their take on it? I'm keeping track of most of the litigation and seeing what's going on. But this gentleman has asked me to, or asked their client to file a 539. The client then contacted me, asked me the same question you are asking me. Do I need a lawyer or can I do it myself? So I said, you know what? Let me talk with your litigator on Monday and I'll update you about what they're saying. Okay.
Just to follow up on that quickly, it's like my previous college, I was on day one CPT.
Right.
So it was executive degree, and they said they cannot do reinstatement unless I have a job, and now the situation, I can't work. So, and I emailed some other day one CPT college. They said, oh, once it's terminated, we can't take it. So how do we kind of...
Yeah, let me double check, because everybody is in the same boat. Let me double check. I'll tell you what the issue is. So government in its statements, I talked about it earlier. They said, oh, service revocation doesn't mean anything. Okay. It's just like a accounting system. All right. But that's really not the truth. The truth is, if your service is suspended, there's a lot you can't do, including what you just told me, which is reinstatement or moving to another school. Okay. So I don't want to answer these questions until I get some sense of where the courts are going.
Saying that you might be at risk of removal, like what?
Again, you're asking me questions that I don't have any answers to.
Okay.
I really don't know.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll talk on Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem.
Best of luck. All right, folks. Good talking to you. I'll see you again next time. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.